Hi guys, this is Leela. Welcome to my channel Leela Webdo. In this video, we will try to learn about the little bit explanation of the switch statement and also the goto statement we will try to learn. So you know about the switch statement in the C language or in any programming language. So if you are coming, so you may be having a clear understanding about the switch statement. So let's try to have a clear understanding about this one. A switch statement is a control structure that allows multiple paths of execution based on the value of an expression. This is the definition of a switch statement, but it has some limitations. Let us try to explore that limitations. What are those in the switch statement? So that is the thing. So first one is cannot test the float expressions. So first limitation is cannot test the float expression C language. A switch can only work with integral or enumeration types like integer or character, etc. For example, you cannot use a floating point expression, float or double in a switch. So there is one limitation which switch you can able to see. And also no variable expression in the switch statement. So that means if you want to write any expressions, like for example, let's say that the values in the case statements must be constant. For example, case a plus 3, this is not a valid one. So this type of things like expressions, so when you are trying to do some calculations or anything, is not allowed. And also no duplicate case values are also allowed. So for example, if you want to write multiple cases with the same case variable means, then it is not allowed. So here if you try to see, case values in a switch must be unique. For example, this following is unique, this following is invalid. I will try to show you. Switch of A, case 3 and case 1 plus 2, this is also 3 causing a conflict. So like this also is not valid. So that is the thing. So now you may be having a doubt that why we need to use the switch instead of if else. So there is also one important thing, right? So one is performance advantage for this one. So let's try to understand about this one. So why to use the switch instead of if else? First is performance advantage. So what is this one? The compiler creates a jump table for a switch during compilation. This jump table allows the program to directly jump to the correct case during execution. In contrast, if-else statements evaluate conditions sequentially at runtime, making them slower, especially for complex conditions. So this is the performance advantage of this jump. So compiler, it will create a jump table for a switch, so that using the jump table, the program directly jumps to the correct case. In contrast, if else means it will try to execute the conditions sequentially, making them slower, especially for complex conditions. So this is all about the limitations of the switch statement and also why we need to use the switch instead of the if else statement. So now in the second one, what I want to explain you is about the goto statement in the C language, especially in the C language. What is this goto statement? Goto statement allows for an unconditional jump to a labeled part of the code within the same function. So in the same function, so if you want to move to a particular line, so you will be using this goto. So here the syntax for this one is, so something like this it will be. Go to label name. So here you will be giving the label name and directly you will be using this label name colon, can be any identifier, and you can write this code. So automatically it will jump to this one. So I will try to show you some example for this one so that you can able to understand this. So here I will try to open here this one. So for example, let's say that you will be having int goal, okay, int goals is equal to 3, let's say show, okay. I have to move this one. If goals less than or equal to 5 means, then it should go to, okay, go to SOS, let's say show, or else, so I will be exiting the program, exit of 1, okay. Now here and now here, if you try to observe carefully, so 1 second, and now here exit. So here we need to add the label. So SOS, so here SOS colon, and here printf, here goto statement executed. So this is the line which I would be trying to write. So now if you try to execute, So here go to SOS is there, right? Automatically it will jump to the here into this one. So exit of 1. So okay, fine. So here it is asking exit, so I will try to return it directly. Okay, now here I will try to return the 0 so that it will not be executed. Now if I try to execute run, so automatically the goto statement executed is came. So now, so this is how the goto means directly it will jump back to here. For example, let's say that here I will try to write the printf executed code means then, and here also it will try to write printf condition done, something like this. If I try to write it and if I execute here, so it will execute directly go to statement executed. So this printf condition and this executed code, these all are not executed directly, it will jump to the SOS thing. So this is all about the, now what I mean to say about the go to statement. So if the condition goals less than or equal to 5 is true means the program skips the else block and jumps to the SOS label. If the condition is false means then the program executes the else block and it will terminate using the return statement. So it will stop executing that one. So when to use the go to statement? So that is one thing which you need to use it. So should we need to use the go to statement means, so we should avoid using the go to. Go to is often considered bad practice because it can make code harder to read, understand and also debug. Most tasks achievable with goto can be rewritten more elegantly using loops or other control structures like if else or while. So exception nested loops. So now I will try to show you in the this code. I will try to give you a simple code. So where goto is used to break out of multiple nested loops. This can be tricky to implement without goto. So now I will try to show you one simple example for this one. So here let's go into this one. I will remove this entire code. Okay, and here I will be having two variables like int I, j, comma k, and here I will be having one for loop I is equal to 0 or rather I is equal to 1, I less than or equal to 3 and I plus plus. So this is one loop, and inside this one we will be having another loop j is equal to 1, j less than or equal to 3 and j plus plus you will be having another one, and here also I will be having for k is equal to 1, k less than or equal to 3, k plus plus. So these are the nested loops we are having it, and inside this one I will write something like if I is equal to 3, sorry, I is equal to 3 ampersand ampersand, j is equal to 3 ampersand ampersand, k is equal to 3. So if I, j, k is equal to 3 means then I will write go to out. So I am going out of this nested loops. So here, and if else is there means then I will try to printf percentage d and also last one is slash n, so that in the next loop you will be having comma I comma j comma a. I will be printing this I comma j comma k. So if it is both are equal means then it needs to go out. So here I will write in this out printf out of the loop at last, something like this, slash n. Okay, now if you try to execute this one, so you will be able to see the execution of this. So now we have able to come out of the loop using the goto statement, but we can able to implement the same functionality without goto also. So for example, let's say that here what I can do, I can have an something like exit loops. Okay, exit loops is equal to 0. So here this is the flag to indicate that when to exit all the loops. So here if you are having like this means, so you can have in something such a way that exit loops is equal to 1, and here I can use the break statement, that's it. And sorry, and here if you try to see, that's it. So now here you can come out of this one else statement, and here you can use like this. If exit loops is there, you can break it here also. So each loop I am trying to break it. If exit loops is there, you can break this one also. And at last what I would be trying to print it is, so I can remove this label print out of the loop at last. So now if I try to see the output, the same output you will be able to get it. So here you will be having the int. Let's try to make it as an int. And here if I try to run it, the same output we can able to achieve, but this time I have did it through the without goto statement. So this approach avoids the use of goto statement and it is more readable. So key takeaways: use switch for performance when handling discrete constant cases. Avoid goto except in rare cases such as breaking out of the deeply nested loops. Modern programming practices favor structure and readable code using loops and control statements instead of goto. So this is all about the switch statement and also the goto statements. Hope you understood about this concept. So if you have any doubts or any suggestions, please post the comments below to this video. And if you like this video, please do support me by subscribing to my channel. Thank you.